Buying a new video game is always a risk, obviously. I mean, you're spending your money, and some games can be super expensive. I mean, some games, a lot of games, 60 bucks, even more, especially if you want to get like the collector's packs and all that other fun stuff that a lot of games come with. Buying an indie game like Astrox Imperium can also be a gamble, especially when it's in early access. And so you wonder if you're going to get your value out of it. And I can pretty much say that, yeah, you're going to get your value out of Astrox Imperium if this is the type of game that you like. Obviously, you've been watching me play the game for several hours now, and I've got several hours into the game. And if you're wondering about whether the dev is responsive, whether the game is still active, there's still monthly updates happening. And if you might have noticed that a couple of videos ago, I was ranting about some things in the game that I didn't understand. They weren't necessarily problems with the game. They were just things that I didn't fully understand. And you go back and look at that video, you notice that the dev not only responded with a couple of paragraphs of information, you also noticed one of the things I was complaining about, not being able to use double click targeting in the target list when you're in flight. He says he's going to fix that in the next update. So, I do make these videos, and I do post on the Steam forums every once in a while for this game, but I'm not a friend with the dev. We've never had any sort of direct interaction other than when I sent a save file to him. I'm not a big member of the Astrox Imperium community, so the fact that the dev responded to me personally and is listening to issues that people have, that's just another plus for investing in the game. Well, it's not really an investment, but for buying the game. If you like space games, if you're looking for something that's using the old tired cliche of something like single player EVE Online, then yeah, you should give it a shot. I think you'll be happy with your purchase. And if not, Steam gives you 2 hours to ask for a refund. So now, as you remember, we are still grinding our way to Dreadnaught. We have 167 skill points at the moment, but we are going to have to we still have to get through cruiser and battle cruiser skills before we can get our Dreadnaught. So we'll run across those at some point. Just looking to see if we have any current missions at all. Yeah, we've got 4 missions in the hopper, so we'll just go ahead and get those going on. So we got to go to get a huge shipment of oxygens in Zetea Foyo. Head over there. These little missions are pretty easy. Gonna go ahead and I like to play with all of the oops, I can't even remember how to do it now. I like to play, there we go. I like to play with all of these things open. You might not. You can always just collapse them and bring them out. Obviously you couldn't see that because I have that stupid camera there now making you look at my ugly face. There you go. You can click on this to move them back and forth manually. I just like to have them all open. I like to have as much information on the screen as possible. And I like to look at my quintuplets over here who are flying with me. So we're going to go to Zetea Foyo and pick up this oxygen. It's a lot of oxygen. It says it's a huge shipment. I hope I have enough space in my cargo hold. But this was a level 10 mission. That's why we took it on. Well, I think it was a level 10 mission. It was a pretty high level mission. It's a mission. All right. I don't know. This was 3 days ago when I accepted this mission. What do you expect out of me, people? Spring break is over. Had to go back to work. Went back to work with a new attitude. Things are looking up. Making plans for next year. Considering maybe even visiting Germany over the summer. I was in the army a long time ago, 30-ish years ago, and I was stationed in New Ulm in Germany, which is in the south part of Germany. It's a pretty quiet little town. I've been looking at it recently, and still a pretty quiet little town. But it's, it's big enough that it's got all the amenities you want in a town. But it's also small enough that it's not one of those big cities where there's just a lot of problems. Do I need to pick up this office furniture too? Transport, yeah. All right, so we got oxygen and office furniture. This is gonna be quite the party. We've got 2,501 oxygen tanks, and we got 121 office chairs. I think we have got this ready to go. If we hadn't gotten rid of all those zip ties, this whole party would be off the hook. So now we have to go to Axial Bide to drop these off. Drop these off at the office. Well, we're not going to the office depot first. We're going to go drop off this oxygen. Somebody's desperately needing this oxygen. See who it is. It's not Stinkfinger. It's Desmond. Did we go to the right system? Yeah. So no, we're going to Innovex. Okay, we're going to Innovex, which is a production plant of something. They make something. Innovex definitely makes something. Yeah, there we go. 294,000 credits, but we got 5,000 experience points, which is what we needed. I don't care about faction standing with Enforcement. Enforcement has their oxygen now. Eliminate a dangerous engineer. How dangerous could an engineer be? Find 5. All right, these missions all look very familiar. Even though it's been 3 days, I'm pretty sure we've already had these missions. But I want to go ahead and do one of them at least, so that we can get... did I put the... Right, we have the active scanner back on the ship, so I can go ahead and do one of these scanning missions. Might as well do those. So that's in Ba Karinki, scan the industrial machine, scan the corporate dock structure, level 6. Yeah, so we'll do one of these level 6 ones here. This one pays just a wee bit more. So we'll go ahead and do that one. We'll drop out of the dock here. Everything went back to that for some reason. So locate a pilot in Zolaris. Name unknown, but it doesn't really matter because the system's going to highlight him for us anyway. Still have 82 warp fuel. If you haven't been watching my Midnight Protocol videos, I suggest you go and look at them if you're interested in hacking games whatsoever. Hacking games are just another guilty pleasure of mine, like space games. I really like space games, obviously. I did buy I forgot what it's called, Distant Worlds 2 or something like that. It's a 4X space game. It was supposed to be a competitor to Stellaris, but it's taking me a while to get used to it. It's taking me a while to really understand what's going on. I'm not the smartest of people, even though I do have multiple degrees. I'm not the smartest of people when it comes to figuring those things out. I tried to spend quite a bit of time with it, reading all the tutorials and the tool tips and everything, and there's just some things that I'm just used to playing Stellaris, I guess is what it really is. And so I was expecting more things to be like Stellaris. So it's just on a different scale than Stellaris. Stellaris, obviously has you starting off with one system. You develop that one system, you move on to the next system, you develop that system. It seems like this Distant Worlds 2 thing has you developing multiple systems at once, nearly from the very beginning. There's different levels of automation that you can put into the game, and what I mean by that, you can choose like I want the game to take care of everything except this, and it'll do that. So I just need to play around with it some more. Nowhere near enough to understanding it to make a video on it that would be worth watching. So now we're going back to OML Ray. We're going to Damon Ammunitions and OML Ray to get our paycheck for this one. Hopping straight back into warp. It doesn't really seem to matter whether, well, obviously there's a minimum of 1 warp fuel used no matter what. So it doesn't really matter if we have 1 friend following us or 4 or none. We're always going to use at least 1 warp fuel. Now maybe if we get our fleet back up to 10, maybe we'll use more than 1 warp fuel, but even the advanced warp drive fuel is dirt cheap, so it's not really something to worry about. There's our favorite color again. Not really sure what to call it. I just know that I like it. It's a good color. Good choice, devs. Alright, Damon Ammunition. Kick on the old afterburners. Flying at 248 meters per second. Beautiful OML Ray. On the outskirts of the Astrox Imperium universe. Quite a big universe it has become. This is just a random scattering universe. You can, when you're generating your own universe in the sandbox, you can put all sorts of cool parameters that'll make a pretty universe, if that's what you so desire, or you can have a hodgepodge universe like mine. Alright, so that's another 5,000 for that mission. Gather info about a pilot, so that's another scan mission. That's a level 8. That is the highest level mission, and it's a scan mission. In Chemos. Oh, that's almost gathered the wrong one. I almost took a mining mission. That would have been embarrassing. Going back and explaining to them that I do not have a mining ship. So it's 38 skills, no cruiser, no battle cruiser, nothing in here we want, nothing really to worry about. And we can clear out missions pretty fast, so we are getting bonus skill points for each of these. So we gotta drop off these space office chairs in Zanmanzaferic. That sounds like one of our new systems. Ooh. And I've elevated to level 27. Didn't even realize we were that close. So now we have got more skill points. Now I'm not gonna go. I'm pretty sure we still don't have anywhere near enough skill points to get to dreadnaught yet. We're at 263 skill points. Next time I run across a university that has the appropriate skills, and I think it was Gunstellar. Well, let's see. I think I made a note about it. Value Star, that makes sense. The discount store has the dreadnaught, and I think it also had all the appropriate skills that we need. So we're gonna go to the clerk of court, which is named Gunstellar for some reason, and drop off this thing of chairs. And now you can actually see my beautiful LaCroix can. Passion fruit LaCroix. This is the last one I have. I have to go back to drinking some stuff I bought at Sam's Club, which is good. And it has L-theanine in it. Helps keep me relaxed when I'm dealing with the children at work all day. Tastes pretty good. It just happens to be a little bit cheaper than LaCroix at Sam's Club. Sam's Club does not have the passion fruit flavor of LaCroix, which is by far the most popular flavor of LaCroix. Hard to find it. So we got another level 9 mission here that's a locate and scan. So level 9 is good because we're not worried about the money. If you look up here, we got our 60 million in creds, in space credits. 60 million in space credits is all we need to be successful. I hope that little... Okay, I hope there wasn't a green thing around me. I would hate to have to redo this thing. Anyway, so we got 60 million. Let's check out the university here. Alright, so carrier ship operation. We had destroyer. And then what did we need next? We needed battle cruiser, I think is what we needed after destroyer. And then once we had battle destroyer, I think we were going to have the ability to do... I'm pretty sure we needed at least one more of this. So I'm not going to run the risk of it doing it here and wasting skill points. I can't remember if we can search for skills. Battle cruiser. Market items and university skills. Yeah, battle cruiser, and Stinkfinger, Ginstar, and Innovex. So next time we're at one of those systems, we'll take a look at it. So we gotta go to Yerlum Renfo and pick up some hand tools. Not sure exactly what type of hand tools we use in outer space anymore. Seems like they would have robots do it. But I guess somebody might still need a screwdriver or something on occasion, or a hammer, or a wrench. It's adjustable, probably in metric now. Hopefully they're using the metric system in the yeah, obviously they're using meters per second in the speed of the ships. So it's good to know that in the far future we finally ditched the Imperial system. Yeah, there's a defensive gun platform here. Can't remember if we can dock with those. There's some weird looking Cheeto looking ore, the lake and ore. I still think it's hilarious that we have 4 pilots that all look exactly the same. No matter how big this fleet goes, I'm going to keep trying to get that same pilot portrait just to make things as realistic as possible. The storage. So there's our hand tools. Yep. Wrenches and a collection of manually operated tools like saws and hammers. There we go. So that's what it is. A big collection of saws and hammers. And we got to take them to Genistar. And then Chemos, I'm a sexy guy. And Chemos, I remember when we first visited that system a long time ago. Trying to figure out how to pronounce that second one. I'm a Skagor. I'm Skagor. Not sure. Going to Genistar Court Warehouse. I guess this is where all the court records are stored. They just chose to put them in a random system with no planets. There's a few asteroids. Seems like a good place to store a bunch of important legal documents. Another 2,000 experience points just for dropping off the stuff here. Again, we'll look and see if we have an mission. Exterminate. Exterminate a huge crate in bin C. Needs recovered. 17 gun seller 20mm guns. Heck yeah, we're gonna do that. That's a level 10, baby. Alright, so now we go to the Bajajish Go and scan a corporate structure. Bajajish Go. There you go. This is one of our very first systems, if I remember correctly. Long time ago, months ago. I can't even remember how long ago we started this. Where's my ship? Alright, there they are. I was zoomed way out for some reason. Can't remember how long ago is when we actually started this. Alright, scan a corporate dock structure, and it is going to be nice and highlighted for us. So we just gotta head over in that direction. Kick on the old afterburners, and it's 5,000 meters away. So by the time we get there, we should be in range for our scanner. So I'm gonna go ahead and kick it on because it takes 30 seconds for the scanner to cycle. But we only have to be in range when it gets done. We can start the scanner cycle 5,000 meters away. But as long as we're 750 meters away or less, and we docked. Can I undock before the scanner? Nope. And look at that. As long as we have auto dock turned off. And didn't we do this last time where we accidentally docked and wasted 30 seconds of our life again? I think you're right. I think we did. So we're just gonna go ahead and scan now. Got our beautiful green beam coming out that you can only see from the front of the ship. Look at that. I like that. Like when you get in real close like that, it does kind of like a tilt shift sort of thing where the focal range is getting really narrow. It kind of looks like some sort of old school miniature special effects sort of thing. I really like it. Alright, so we got this. So now we just gotta go to Sedlo Jose and collect that paycheck. Not that the paycheck is what matters, it's the skill points that matter. And just imagine how fun it's gonna be to have our dreadnaught. 16, was it 16 active slots? I don't even know how those are gonna fit here on the bottom. It's gonna like the thing's gonna go all the way across the bottom of the screen almost. 16 active slots. I don't even know what I'm gonna put in them. I guess I'll put in a bunch of blaster X6s and maybe some. I mean, you can have everything. I could literally have a couple of slots just dedicated for lasers and missiles and scanners and blasters. It's like we could have everything. We got it all, baby. This is a something good facility. Goods facility. Maybe canned goods facility. Not sure. But I just know we're gonna get paid. Getting paid. Now, I have to manually dock. Another 3,000 experience points, another 3 skill points. Collect a small debt, 22. So here's a level 8 transport. Level 8 transport's not bad. Locate and scan assign industrial machine. So both of those are both go to the same So salvage a heavy load, that's level 8. So the industrial, so the transport is a level 8. Everything that was a level 9. Yeah, so we'll take the level 9. Yep. We'll take a level 9 scan mission over a level 8 transport mission. So now we gotta go to Dale Norande. Now we are in Sedlose. Let's make sure none of our missions are currently in here. I'd hate to. Okay, so we're good. We don't have anything else going on in here. We have to go to Dale Norande. That's kind of one of our... No, I guess not. I thought that was kind of one of our newer systems. Could be. There's just too many systems to look at anymore. I'm gonna have to use this search function here. I bet I'm gonna have to search for this system. Oh, there it is. Right there. You run out of places to look. It's always in the last place you look. Obviously, because there's no place else to look. Another drink of LaCroix. I wonder if I can get... Maybe if I get to a couple of thousand subscribers, I can get LaCroix to be my channel sponsor. Everybody else gets... NordVPN or Raid Shadow Legends or something. I could have LaCroix sponsor me, and they can give me an endless supply of passion fruit LaCroix delivered to my door every day. And then I would have very little reason to leave my house anymore, would I? Alright, so Commander Akfar Festibib is now going to feel the sting of our green scanner. Very confusing day for the commander. Hello, we just went to scan your ship. And then we will be leaving now, unless we have anything else here in Dale Norande to do. Nope. 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 So now we have to go to Mobib de Faya again. Drop off. Long jump all the way across the universe just to drop off some information about this dude. We still have 72 warp drive fuel. Currently at, for those keeping score at home, 274 skill points. Maybe we could get Rice-A-Roni to sponsor us. Do they still sponsor things? I remember Rice-A-Roni forever was sponsoring game shows. The San Francisco Treat. I don't know why. I think it started a long time ago when game shows were only sponsored by products that housewives stuck at home would buy because they were the ones watching the game shows. But then as the game shows evolved, became super popular and were being sponsored by Ford and everything else, I don't think Rice-A-Roni was willing to give up their sponsorship. Places like For the Price is Right, at least. Alright, here we are at Inovex Transceiver Station. We have to click on the dock button now. Just finally got 4,000 experience points for that one and 4 skill points. Do they have anything here in the university? Carrier, cruiser. They have cruiser ship operation, destroyer ship operation, but then have dredge, but they don't have battle cruiser. Yeah, they do. Battle cruiser. So have to have destroyer to level 3. So they don't have destroyer. So we wouldn't have wasted a point. So next time we see destroyer, we need to know we need to get it up to at least level 1. Level 2. So this has to be, destroyer has to be level 3, and I forgot how high battle cruiser has to be before we can scan to dreadnaught, but it's gonna have to be at least 2 or 3, obviously. Missions. Level 6. Frag raiders, huge shipment request of large processors and oil memory. Alright, so a huge shipment request. Once again, trying to figure out where the cargo space required is. I know it's not there. It is. Space required 1901. Easy peasy. So that's an easy one. So we are in Mobib de Faya. Nothing. Okay, so we have to go to Kadambipe. Definitely sounds like one of our new ones. Or one of our old ones that I just forgot about. There it is. Yeah, it's over here in the new section. It's in the new part of town. the newly discovered, newly renovated part of the Astrox Imperium universe, or galaxy, or sector, or star system, or whatever you want to call it. You can call them, I guess they're sectors, right? I don't know if there's one star or many stars. I don't know if we're going to entirely different solar systems every time, or if we're just warping around inside the same solar system. Very, very important questions. And then where do the wormholes come into all this? We will have to go into wormholes sooner or later. I mean, we don't have to, but from a pure curiosity standpoint, we do. I don't think there's really anything in them though, except for the raiders. All right, there's our defensive gun platform, only 1900 away. So we'll go ahead and fire up the old scanner. Is it appropriate to say you're gonna fire up a scanner? Gonna engage the scanner. Gonna scanner up the scanner. Purple, beautiful purple exhaust ports. Why is there anything coming out of the exhaust ports? We're not moving. Actually, it looks like they're kind of bouncing. Got the space bouncing going on here. My ships are twerking or something. I don't know what they're doing. They really want to get closer to that ship. Maybe because I'm still traveling at 123 meters per second, bouncing off the station. My ship isn't bouncing. Or maybe my ship is the only one that's bouncing and they are standing still. Everything is relative in space. Or is it the other way around? Sorry about that. I thought I hit my mute button, but I'm not going to go and edit this video just to take out the sneeze. So you can just say bless you in the comments. That would be the polite thing to do. All right, so we got this thing scanned, right? So now we're gonna go back. All right, so we are in Kadian Bippo. Nothing. So there's nothing else to do here. So we're gonna head on back over to Zadlizo Cougar. I don't think we've been there tonight, have we? Many jumps away, but only a 15-second trip in warp space. Warp space in Astrox Imperium looks like a pretty pleasant and calm place. Nice colors, nice little warp tunnel effect. Definitely not the same as the warp space in the 40K universe, where it's full of demons and chaos gods waiting to destroy your mind and possess your soul. Pretty cool warp space. What did I just do? I don't know what I just do. I clicked on a warp gate instead of clicking on a station, right? If I did, then where is the warp gate that I came through? What did I do? Who is shooting at me? Where am I? I have no idea what's going on. I am in a... I need to get the heck out of here. Vis-a-vis V. Alright, I just randomly went into a wormhole. How in the heck did that even happen? I have no idea what happened, and I'm sorry I ran, but you saw what was going on in there. What happened? Did I just fly? Can you just fly through the wormhole? I mean, that seems like a trap. Hopefully we will be able to... I don't know what's going on. I just know, look at that. It's gonna take 85 seconds to warp away from the wormhole. So do you think I'm gonna sit here and make you watch that while I'm warping away, my tail between my legs? Maybe I will. But you definitely want to see me get my mission reward for this, don't you? So I wonder... Alright, so let's bring the map back up. So we know that the wormhole was in... The wormhole was in Zadlizo Cougar. So once we get back... So look how far away it is. It was just... So it looks like the wormholes are just this... Looks like the wormhole sectors are just shoved way off there into... Now here's the thing. Now since I've been there... And look at that, minus 3.47 security sector. And it has a warp gate to Zadlazino Cougar. But now, can I just warp there anytime I want to using my warp drive? That is the real question. We've discovered a mystery. I didn't have time to look around to see if there was a space station or anything in there. I guess, would it have told me? Since I didn't have time to scan, would there have been a space station in there? And look, it's only been 12 seconds listening to me ramble on. Alright, so we'll head back over to Zadlazino Cougar. We lost 58% of our shields just sitting there listening to me. Imagine if I had stepped away from my keyboard or had started ranting about something else like I normally do. Alright, so let's go to Zadlazino Cougar, which is red, deep red. I think that just has to do with the faction. But we obviously went into a wormhole. I'm guessing that's what it was. I knew that I was somewhere recently where I was using my scanner and it was like, hey, there's a wormhole in this sector. I didn't know you could just fly through them at random, though. That was a little bit disconcerting. So let's just go and see what happens. Now we got some red. Takes a long time to warp out of a wormhole. It didn't take us that long to warp into the wormhole, though, did it? Alright, so what were we doing here? We were trying to fly to... Alright, there's no station here. What we were doing here? Did we scan the defensive gun platform? Yes, we did. Okay, so we don't need to be here anymore. We went to Bin C. I clicked on the wrong thing. So Zadlazino Cougar is right there. Okay. My fault. My fault. Well, obviously it wasn't your fault. I could still blame it on you if I wanted to, though. Giving time for our poor little wounded shields to recharge. Alright, so there is the gate. So we have to be able to... We need to be careful. So I'm going to fly towards this ore. I'm going to fly around this gate. So will that gate be there forever now? I mean, wormholes are usually unstable sort of things. But now we have a wormhole we can go exploring anytime we want to. We just need to make sure that we're super duper careful about not flying into it. Awfully close to that Kith station too. It says that it says Sovereign. Not sure I remember that faction. There we go. Well, that was our first encounter with a wormhole. You saw the huge amount of ships that were there. Of course, maybe we would have been able to take them on if we hadn't been just sitting there rambling. But I think we know a good place we can go to when we get our dreadnaught. Right? Does that seem like a good place to go to when we get our dreadnaught? I think so. Look, there's no battle cruiser here either. But there is destroyer. So we know we need to get one level of destroyer. So we got that taken care of. So next time we're a battle cruiser, we should be able to do that. And then, so then we go here. Alright, so when we eliminate all 5 of these dangerous raiders, I don't think they're going to be that dangerous, but I could be wrong. When we eliminate all 5 of these dangerous raiders, then we have to go to Stinkfinger and Las Rijas, which is where the battle cruiser skill is. So you got something to look forward to for the next video, right? So we got some good things coming up in our future. We got our dreadnought is not too far away now. We got 60 million. We're less than 10,000 away before our next level up, which might give us enough skill points to finish off the dreadnought. So we are getting there. And then when we got our dreadnought, then it'll be easy to finish freeing up the universe, and then maybe going in and freeing up some wormholes to see what mysteries may lie within there. So thank you for being here with me again. We're at our 34-minute mark. I'm not going to edit out that sneeze. Sorry. And then you have a great rest of the week if I don't see you before the end of the week. Thank you for being here.